FBI counter-terrorism agent Tim Clemente. Tim, thank you for your time today. So you heard it there. City says they're ready, even though we just had the terror attack this week. Explain how the Super Bowl is kind of just in a tier of its own when it comes to the amount of security that's going to be down there.
Sure, Bill. Thanks for having me. A Secret Service takes over an event like this. It's determined to be a national special security event, an NSSE. And when that happens, that means that there's a great deal of federal resources that are brought to bear for the security of an event like this. And it's not just the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl is the primary sporting event that gets this level of protection. And so Secret Service comes in, the FBI comes in, FBI handles intelligence, counterterrorism, and any investigation that might occur if there is any event, as well as crisis and consequence management with FEMA, which also comes in. So that additional federal resource that's brought in of Secret Service, FBI, FEMA, and other agencies, including the military at times, means that it's not an event like what we saw this week on Bourbon Street. It's not something that the locals have to handle on their own. And it's something that, you know, the airspace is restricted around it, ingress and egress on roads, bridges, tunnels, anything that could be a target is enhanced greatly. So it becomes a much more hardened target when it's made an SSSE.
And the ATF says they're going to have specialized teams deployed ahead of the Super Bowl. Here's a little bit of what they had to say yesterday. Take a listen.
The National Response Team of ATF is a team of certified fire investigators, certified explosive specialists, fire engineers, electrical engineers. These resources will still be in the city as we lead up to the Super Bowl and through Mardi Gras.
So I guess the question I have with that is, are these ATF resources going to be proactive or reactive? In other words, are they going to be going through the area scanning, looking for threats, or are they just going to be on hand, ready for a phone call if something bad happens?
It's more the latter. They're much more of a response capability, only because the Secret Service has the lead as the security planning entity. So they're the ones that provide for the physical security and personnel security around the venue. So Secret Service, magnetometers, Secret Service personnel, uniformed and Secret Service agents will be working that event. So they're the primary security focus. And the FBI's primary role is, before the event, is in intelligence gathering. So the ATF is a partner, obviously a federal partner with all the agencies, and the capabilities you just heard mentioned are much more of a response capability. So if there's any kind of an incendiary device, an IED, anything like that, a firearm used, their capabilities are brought to bear to investigate the sources of that and try and determine who, what, when, where, and how, along with the FBI and our other local and state partners.
And the city of New Orleans says they didn't have those steel barricades in place on Bourbon Street during the night of the terror attack because they're currently being replaced with something better ahead of the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's incredibly unfortunate for the 14 people who passed away. For people who are going to the Super Bowl, should they feel antsy? Should they feel confident, in your opinion?
Well, Bill, the one thing we don't want to do is acquiesce and become the victims of terrorism. It's one thing to be the victim of a terror attack, but you don't want to be a victim as a society of terrorism. And that's what they want. They want to change us. And so people, have to be aware, no matter where you are, a small event in a small town or a big event in a huge city, you always have to have situational awareness. And if you do, and you're aware of your surroundings, your head's not down in your phone, earbuds in your ears, and you can't hear or see anything around you, that's how people become victims. When we watched the videos of the poor people that were walking down Bourbon Street that were struck, a lot of them weren't aware that there was a car or a truck racing towards them. So awareness is a big thing. It's how you prevent yourself from becoming a victim, and how, we allow the see something, say something process to work.
Got it. Tim, we got to run. We thank you for your time today. We'll talk again.